explore true facts about the Lich solar system. The Lich solar system was discovered by Alexander Wolszczan in 1990 utilizing an Arecibo radio telescope. The telescope discovered Lich by observing the anomalies of its pulsation periods, much like how observers would use star transits to find any planet circling a paired star. This method is done by observing the light given off by a star and observing its dips in the level of light emitted from the star, sort of like fishing for planets with a bobber. These dips are interpreted as objects, i.e., planets, meteors, etc., that have transited in front of the star and thus blocked a certain percentage of light emitted. The Lich sits in the constellation of Virgo, plotting world domination and what brains he'll have for dinner tonight. However, it couldn't find any restaurant that would deliver to the Virgo constellation and just settled for the next nearest white dwarf star. Lich is a pulsar, rather than a main sequence star like our Sun. It has a mass of 1.4, which is far greater than the Sun's mass. As opposed to being a main sequence star, Lich is a pulsar, which is a spinning neutron star. Now, what is a neutron star, you ask? A neutron star is one of the many possible ends that awaits a star. When a star becomes a neutron star, they burn through the last of their nuclear energy and burst into a supernova, after which the outer layers of the star are blasted away and become the remnants of the now exploded star. Think about throwing your clothes on the floor at the end of a long day of work. However, Lich came home hungry and is looking for dinner, so it decided to consume the nearest white dwarf star. While one of the white dwarfs was rapidly spinning, the core of the star then collapsed under its own gravity, and the protons and electrons formed neutrons, and thus the Lich rose, which is less than a fraction of the radius of the Sun. Lich's surface temperature is about 28,856 Kelvin, which is far hotter than the surface of the Sun. Just think of that one younger sibling that just wouldn't stop moving and messing with your things. Amongst the undead stars spiraling out of control are the exoplanets of Draugr, Poltergeist, and Phobos, three of the most metal names for a planet that I've ever heard. Much like the Lich, the three planets in question arose from the ashes of the expelled surface shell of the once living star after it burst into a supernova. Draugr, named after a Norse undead creature, is the first planet from Lich and known as the lightest planet known to man, weighing at only 0.020 Earth mass, which is only about one-fifth of the mass of Mars. However, it's only about twice the size of the Moon and has an orbital period of only 25 days, which is only a third of Mercury's orbital period. Now that's one energetic zombie. The eccentricity of Draugr is zero point 0.0, which is a perfect circle, much like that of the Earth. It has a semi-major axis of 0.19 AU, making it closer to its parent star than even Mercury is to the Sun. Let's talk about clingy. Poltergeist is a little big planet that is 4 times as massive as Earth at 4.3 ME. Its orbital period is 66.5 days, which is only one-fifth of the orbital period of Earth. The eccentricity of Poltergeist is 0.0186, which, much like Draugr, is nearly perfect circle, and much closer to the eccentricity of Earth's around the Sun. Its semi-major axis is 0.36 AU, making it closer to Lich as Mercury is to the Sun. This makes Poltergeist's trip around Lich about twice as much as this semester and 4 times as massive as my excitement to graduate. Finally lies Phobos. Phobos is the final planet in the Lich system. Phobos, named after a mythological creature known as the personification of nightmares, and it lives up to its name, being a super-Earth exoplanet. This means that the mass of the planet is more massive than the Earth, but not as big as Uranus or Neptune. To be specific, the mass of Phobos is 3.9 ME, which is less than 1/6 of Neptune's mass of 17.15 ME. However, Its orbital period is 98 days, which is close to the orbital period of Mercury, which is only 87.06 Earth days. This means that every planet in the Lich's system, aside from Fodor, completes a single orbit in a shorter period than Mercury. I guess it's news to the world that Mercury isn't the fastest planet in our eyes anymore. Photor's eccentricity is 0.0252, which is still close to a perfect circle, however, more eccentric than Earth's orbit. It also has a semi-major axis of 0.46 AU, which is only 0.10 AU further from its parent star than Mercury is to the Sun. Which begs the question, how do you let a planet that's semi-major axis is only 0.10 AU almost outspeed you? How embarrassing. And such concludes the true facts about the Lich's system and its planets.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is one small step for woman, one giant leap for womankind.